Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the February 8th, 2022 meeting of the Pequannock Township Council. Ms. Marsh.
In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was included in the annual meeting notice, which was filed in the office of the Township Clerk, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and published as a legal notice in the Suburban Trends newspaper, and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with Township policy.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer and a moment of thanks for individuals serving our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
Amen. Okay, if the clerk will please call the roll.
Mr. Dreesy is absent. Mr. Hurd is absent. Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mrs. Russell?
Here.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, the first item on the agenda is presentations. We're going to do swearing in of police officers and promotions, and I'm going to turn it over to Chief Dan Commune.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. It is an exciting night. These don't come around too often where we get to hire somebody and promote a couple guys, so we're really excited about it, and we have a group of great guys. First, I want to thank Mayor Lynch, the Township Council, and Township Manager Brewer for their support, as always. I'm going to try to keep it short. I know we're still dealing with the COVID, so we're going to get it through it quick. So the first person I'm going to bring up is former Captain Kevin Nelson. So normally we would present Captain Nelson with his retired ID and badge, but, you know, they're moving very slowly nowadays, so we didn't get those in time. When a guy like Captain Nelson retires, opens up a lot of positions for other people to move up, and as you can see, we're going to promote a captain tonight and a sergeant and a new officer. So these things always promote, you know, I guess you would say, like, good feelings for the police department. You know, there's movement, there's change, and we love to see these things, and we thank Captain Nelson for making this happen for us. All right, so a little bio on Captain Nelson for you people that don't know him, and I think everybody probably knows him at this point. Captain Nelson has retired as of February 1st, 2022. Captain Nelson spent most of his life as a resident of Pequannock Township. He attended the public schools and graduated from Pequannock Township High School in 1989. Jeez. After high school, he attended Montclair State University, and soon after attending high school, he attended the alternate route program in the Morris County Police Academy. The Pequannock Township Police Department was lucky enough to hire him prior to graduating, and he began his career in June of 1996. Captain Nelson served the department in nearly every rank, position, and was always considered a leader from day one. Although he never was known for his athletic prowess, I can verify that he has a wealth of what he refers to as useless knowledge that he can only use on Jeopardy someday. But in all seriousness, he was truly one of the smartest, most well-respected officers to ever work with the Pequannock Police Department. I want to thank Captain Nelson for his service to the township and to its citizens, and I wish him the best of luck in his retirement. All right, Patrolman Gentile, come on up. So, this is Patrolman Gentile, Dominic Gentile. Patrolman Gentile grew up in Lincoln Park, New Jersey, and attended the elementary school and the middle school there. At an early age, he became interested in law enforcement and decided to apply to Morris County Vocational High School for Technology as a part of their Law and Public Safety Academy. The satellite school for that program was at Butler High School, where he excelled in athletics, specifically on the football field. After high school, Patrolman Gentile attended and graduated from Montclair State University in only 3 years with a degree in Justice Studies. During that time in college, he worked as a police dispatcher for the Riverdale Police Department, the Pompton Lakes Police Department, and the Bloomingdale Police Department. He also served as a volunteer for the Lincoln Park First Aid Squad, and in 2020, he attended the Morris County Police Academy as an alternate route candidate and was hired by the Riverdale Police Department prior to graduating. Patrolman Gentile applied with the Pequannock Police Department and excelled in our hiring process. I want to thank, although he's not here, I do want to thank the Riverdale Police Department and Chief Smith for giving us the opportunity to interview and hire Dominic and providing him with an outstanding base of law enforcement knowledge that he will bring to our department. Patrolman Gentile is joined by his mother, Anne Marie, his father, Vito, his sister, Jackie, and his girlfriend, Cameron. And his mother, Anne Marie, is going to be holding the Bible for his swearing in. Is he here?
Just repeat it after me, or you want to?
Give him a cheat sheet.
Would be nice.
Because I do have 2 copies, just in case.
Give it to him.
I am trying to get it out of here. So this, I don't know if he actually wants to hold it, but if he does. All right, so you're going to put your left hand on the Bible?
I'll try it.
See, I knew you didn't need it.
Try it out.
That's what I said. Okay. All right. I state your name.
I, Dominic Gentile,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
Officer of the Pequannock Township Police Department
Officer of the Pequannock Township Police Department
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Real quick note, when we were interviewing the candidates for the patrol officer positions, we had 3 of them. 2 gentlemen started January 1. It was a rigorous process. They met with the sergeant's interview panel, which took probably about 20 guys, narrowed it down to about 10 guys. And then we had an interview with myself and Captain Brown and Lieutenant Ricciardi, and then we narrowed it down further. Then we put those guys on patrol with our officers, which was a little change, and they kind of gave us a little bit of feedback, which was actually outstanding for us. Little change there. And then the final interview, of course, was with Mr. Brewer, who really just thought these guys knocked it out of the ballpark. So we're happy to have Dominic as our newest officer. Got you there.
Got me last time.
All right, moving on. Sergeant Halligan? Sergeant Matt Halligan was born and raised in Pequannock Township. He attended Seton Hall Prep High School and served our country in the United States Marine Corps upon his graduation. Sergeant Halligan holds a bachelor's degree from Rutgers University and a master's degree in public administration from Rutgers University. He joined the Pequannock Police Department in 2013 after working from the Pequannock Township Police Department for a year and a half. At that time, we didn't realize how fortunate we were to be getting such a hardworking, thought-out, and dedicated officer. In 2019, Sergeant Halligan was laterally transferred to the Detective Bureau, where he continued to hone his craft and impress everybody in the department. Sergeant Halligan also joined the Morris County CERT team, which was not only physically and mentally demanding, but also demanding of his time, which he often gave without any reimbursement. Additionally, Sergeant Halligan is a field training officer, a firearms instructor, a duty weapon armor, and there was something else I asked you before. I forgot. Write down. What was it?
Drug recognition expert.
The drug recognition expert. All right. He's also our tactical training officer, which takes up a lot of time, and he puts a lot of work and effort into it. Sorry. In the most recent promotional process, Matt left an impression, an undeniable impression. It would not be denied for this promotion. I'm proud of Sergeant Halligan's accomplishments and look forward to where he will help lead the department in the future. Sergeant Halligan is joined by his wife Whitney, his mother Jean, his father Michael, his sister Christina, and his sister Eleni. Whitney's going to be holding the Bible for Sergeant Halligan's swearing in.
You're going to put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Of course, then we have two of these. I, state your name,
Matthew Halligan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of Sergeant of the Pequannock Township Police Department
Sergeant of the Pequannock Township Police Department
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Now, I guess you're going to go through them all, and then at the end...
A little something about Matt. Why we all enjoy binge watching Netflix. Matt stays home. He studies Title 39 and 2C. That's it. This is what he gets enjoyment from. All right, Captain Robert Brown, come on up. All right. Captain Brown was born and raised in Butler, New Jersey. He attended Butler High School and graduated in 1995. Captain Brown attended and graduated from Montclair State University and considered a career in law enforcement. Fortunately for us, he followed through on that idea and was accepted to the Morris County Police Academy as an alternate route candidate. Captain Brown was very highly regarded as he made his way through the academy. Hold up. Thank you, guys. Are you good? Captain Brown was very highly regarded as he made his way through the academy and was hired by the Pequannock Police Department prior to graduating in 2002. Captain Brown, as we all do, started as a patrolman with the Pequannock Police Department. For those that were here and knew Captain Brown at the time, we knew he was obviously not going to stay in the patrol division for long as a patrolman. Captain Brown has worked in almost every position in the police department and has a wealth of knowledge. He stays calm and cool, he's highly respected, and he rarely displays emotions too high or too low. His steady leadership and dedication to the department are an asset to the township and its citizens. I am very proud to introduce Robert Brown as our newest captain of police. He's joined by his wife Judy, his children Tyler and Delaney, his mother Donna, and his sister Sharon, and his brother Scott and his family. Captain Brown lost his father about a year ago, and I know he's looking down tonight, and he's very proud of him. Tyler and Delaney, you're going to come up and hold the Bible for your dad.
Okay, you all ready? Okay. I
I, Robert Brown,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
Captain of the Pequannock Township Police Department
Captain of the Pequannock Township Police Department,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Take your pictures with your families, with your brothers,
Can we get the officers that got promoted first for a couple pictures? Promoted and hired? It's a promotion. It's a promotion.
I guess we have to move out of the way.
You guys first. The three guys that...
All right, so how much time do we give him? So how much time do we give him before we say, you gotta go?
Right order.
It's exciting for them. David,
One more thing. Officer Gentile holds every record for Butler quarterbacks in the history of Butler High School. Is that correct? Am I hearing that correctly?
Profile is especially.
Where's Kevin? Kevin, sit in here. Shoe size order. Other guys? Can we get our, like all our guys? Police guys? Come on. Anybody that's left? That's it. Come on, Leonard, get in here. MacGyver, let's go. Oh, you can see, who cares?
I won't steal it.
You guys want to take pictures? Let's go. Danielle, get in here. You're part of the police department, Sue. Let's go. Danielle and Sue, let's go.
I'll take it.
We need two Jeff, you this? Picture.
Steve, take two pictures of the guy.
How many ones?
The guys that are like this, they're probably squad a little bit. Like hitting me.
I'll go back behind me. You go.
Don't file it out.
That's a better angle. We'll send you the picture. We'll show them all.
There we go. Ready? One. There you go.
They did their thing. Really meeting ahead. Don't eat, drink. Which would you rather we do? Thank you for remembering me, Chief. It was on the list. Congrats, man. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Benelli.
Do you want me to come take a picture of your whole family?
If you can.
Usually when I do this, I take a selfie. I'll be nice. You can photo bomb. It's
I don't have an extra on. It's okay. I came from coaching. I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. You need to take that picture. Lady Christina.
Yeah, blue whale. illustrated tags. We used to do questions in Pequannock Township. I was like 9 o'clock in the department would show up, the administrator would do it, the mayor would be there.
I didn't. I had them all.
I was like, do we want to like no. Culture's different. It's kind of
It's lower than mine? I think mine is up as high as it goes.
It looked like it was lower. Maybe not.
How we do, Lois? Call and say hello to your mom for me. Yes, I saw her. I said hello, Lois, but she didn't hear me.
I didn't get to say my thank you for that.
Oh,
Make sure
yeah,
you tell them.
I will. She was my neighbor.
Don't bother. Hello, Frank.
I would been 10 minutes into the meeting.
She would come over and feed the baby. Peter, where'd everybody go?
We're here.
Peter's still here. Okay, ready?
Let's go, Mayor.
All right.
Yes.
Next on the agenda are reports from volunteers. At this time, are there reports or comments from any volunteers serving our community? Nothing, Frank? Nothing, Peter? No? Okay. Next on the agenda is public comment. This public comment period will be limited to...
You're skipping the manager's
Oh,
report?
did I?
No, I'm next.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no, sorry.
Oh, all right, public comment.
I skipped out of it.
All right, so Frank, you are up for public comment. Just
Frank
state-
Spizzeri, 35 West Franklin Avenue, Pequannock, New Jersey. I just want to compliment you guys by passing that resolution the last time. You see, the governor is going to change the mandate.
Yeah, see what we
The
did?
school's going to change the mandate, so you guys did fantastic. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thanks.
Okay, next on the agenda is the manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Within my written report, I cover a number of items, some of which have had lengthy discussions, others less so. But just to summarize quickly, we have for public hearing in the council's consideration the ordinance which provides the appropriation for the acquisition of Argo extra terrain vehicle, which is used for desnagging river, surcharge on a Western Star chassis DPW large vehicle that was authorized in 2021, and a river notification system for the height of the river. We also, in my report, I reference an ordinance vacating the lane. There's some supplemental documentation within the manager's report from Township Engineer Frank Russo. This is a right-of-way that exists off of North Pompton Turnpike, and based upon all the discussions over the years that have taken place with issues associated with it, and now the principal change was the right-of-way provided access to a lot. That lot has been subdivided, thereby eliminating the need to have the right-of-way. So it's, as a result, the Township Engineer's recommendation that be vacated. However, the recommendation also includes that a easement for utilities be retained should it ever become necessary. We have an annual tradition, an ordinance for the council's consideration of introduction to establish and preserve a cap bank. This is associated with the 1977 appropriations cap law and allows for the 2% maximum increase to be increased to 3.5%. I always emphasize, since this has been in place, that the goal is to retain the cap bank from prior years and move the cap bank forward and escalate it to 3.5%, not because it will necessarily be needed or used, but if for some reason there were some emergent circumstance that it would be, it's an insurance policy. There is no increase in appropriations associated with this action. That would require further legislative action by the council. This is merely to enhance our insurance policy that the law allows for. The proposed meeting schedule for budget discussion is included. It was also included in the initial dissemination of the budget memo for the council in their packets. Again, I just want to make sure there's no issues with the prepared schedule. It's consistent with what it's been in past years. If anyone has any issues or there are any concerns, please let me know.
We did
Can
have
we
one.
move Saturday, February 19th to 8 to 11 instead of 9 to 12?
Sure.
Yeah, we discussed that. I
Carol,
think
can you
everybody
change
was fine with
Sure.
it.
Is that too early for you, Carol?
Yes, but I'll live.
Yeah, so that,
We will have coffee and refreshments.
and that's the first one.
Yes, that's, I think of it as the long Saturday.
Yep. We just have to let the other two people know that aren't here, but I'm sure it's not a problem.
Yeah, there will be another, the budget with revenues and full packet and utilities will be coming out this week. I'll highlight it in that memo and I'll also include it in my email.
Great, thank you.
And then the last item within my report is, there's been some questions and a lot of conversation about the cupola clock above the municipal building, which is no longer functioning. There's a report from the contractor that the mechanism needs to be replaced. The face should also be updated. The controller can be retained to save money. It's an aesthetic question. So there are a few examples within the report that show it. There's Roman numerals, there's Arabic numerals, there's different hands, there's different borders. I tried to simplify it. I like Romans. Councilman Cole likes Arabic. Whatever the council wants, we will get.
What do we have now?
As long as people can tell what time it is, driving down the street.
What do we have now? Roman or?
Yeah,
I
what
think
do
the
we
Roman
have?
numerals look classy.
They do look classy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm not good with this one, though.
Which one?
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Right. So we'll go with,
This is too plain.
This one?
is that just, again, I just don't want to have something that goes up and, what were you thinking?
So are you going with this one?
If we want the millennials to read it, we'll get digital.
This one's okay with me.
Yeah. I like
This
that.
one's good with you?
Yes,
Which one?
yes.
This guy?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll move forward with that one.
And the 60-inch?
We're going to take a look to see what makes the most sense with what's there. If we can get it bigger, I'd like to have it as big as possible.
Right.
It sounds like it's, either one would fit in the hole. I guess it's.
I just want to make sure it's not an operational or border issue. If we can get to 61, that's my druthers as well, because
Okay.
you see it from a
Yeah.
further distance, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
So
Especially because
we'll
we're using Roman numerals.
go for the 60.
Are we going to do anything to the cupola before we put the new clock up?
Like refurbish it or paint
This
it?
is kind of step one. There's woodwork and carpentry that needs to be done. There's paint that needs to be done. Some of that will be covered by an appropriation from 2021. The balance will have to be covered by an appropriation from 22.
So the work that needs to be done will not disturb the new clock if the new clock goes in prior to...
Correct.
Okay. Correct.
Oh,
Is that yours?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's no...
Why is it like ring?
Carol was holding up the phone.
Oh, no. It was mine. I left it down there.
So that will conclude my report. I appreciate the direction given.
All right, thank you. Nothing else for, nobody has questions about the report, right? Okay, next on the agenda is public hearing on ordinance number 2022-02. Ms. Marsh?
Ordinance 2022-02 is an ordinance to vacate a public right-of-way known as a portion of Mountain Avenue in the Township of Pequannock.
All right, does anyone have comments? Council members? Nope. All right, is there a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. No one? Okay. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make that motion to adopt ordinance number 2022-02.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Yes. All right, next on the agenda is the public hearing on ordinance 2022-03. Ms. Marsh?
Ordinance 2022-03 is an ordinance providing for various capital vehicle purchases and flood control measures in and by the Township of Pequannock in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, and appropriating the sum of $27,000 for financing thereof.
Any comments from council on this one?
Nope.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Hearing.
All in favor?
Aye.
If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come forward and identify yourself for the record. No? Okay. Is there a motion to close the
I'll
public
make a
hearing?
motion to close 2022-03.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
I'll make the motion to adopt ordinance number 2022-03.
And second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Yes. Next on the agenda is the introduction of, where are we? Oh, introduction of ordinances. Ms. Marsh?
Beginning with ordinance number 2022-04, an ordinance to establish and preserve a cap bank in accordance with NJSA 40A:4-4514.
Okay, Mr. Brewer, any comments on this?
Nothing beyond my report unless there are any questions.
All right, is there a motion to introduce this ordinance on the first
I'll make a
reading?
motion to introduce ordinance number 2022-04 on first reading.
I'll second it.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Yes. Next item on the agenda is resolutions. Ms. Marsh?
Beginning with Resolution R 2022-62, authorizing the execution of a contract with Chief Daniel F. Commune, Pequannock Township Police Department, and R 2022-63, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the February 3rd, 2022 bill list and 2018 FEMA elevation escrow list.
You and her.
Right,
I
it's
know.
just,
I'll make
right.
a motion, R 2022-63 through R 22-63.
And I guess I have to second it then. I'll second it.
Letting you know.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Cole?
I'll vote yes on 2022-63, and I'll abstain from 2022-62.
Okay, Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
And Mayor Florence Lynch?
Yes. All right, what are we up to? Discussions. There are no discussion items on the agenda for this evening, and there are no reports or notices. So we're going to go right into council reports and announcements. So I will go to Councilwoman Russell.
I don't have anything. Parks and Rec met last night. The ranger filed his report, which he did say there was garbage on the other side of the Greenview tennis courts he was finding, but they're going to be keeping an eye on that. Everything else is going well.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Councilman Cole.
Planning Board met last night and approved a minor subdivision on 8 Cameron, so it's going to be 2 lots. If you know the street, it's the house that sits kind of out of place.
Sideways.
Sort of. So there's going to, that house in detached garage will be coming down, and there'll be 2 homes that are going up there.
So they're taking that one completely down?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
She's looking for someone right now to dismantle it, but I don't know if she's going to have much luck
Right.
with that.
Yeah. I think she was like trying to sell the house as is, like somebody would come and pick it up.
Yeah.
Company 1 met last Friday. I was unable to make that meeting because I was at my sister's house in Pennsylvania, but they did have a meeting, so that's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. A couple things on my report. Flood Committee, they will be meeting this Thursday, February 10th, right here in this room at 7 o'clock. And Economic Development, they did meet, and they did their swearing in of new members. One of our new members is right here in our room, Peter Schmidt, Timothy Gittin, and Kim Chorba. And then they did their officer elections. The chair is Joe DeFranco, vice chair is Jeff Moriello, and the secretary is Louise Marchese. So they did all that and gave everyone some assignments to do, so hopefully we'll have a more robust report next month, right? And we went to we had the fire installation dinner last weekend. That was last weekend, right? That was a wonderful event right here at the Legacy Castle, so congratulations to the fire department and both firehouses for all they do. So that was a nice event. That's all I have. And to just echo what Dave said at the planning meeting, I live on Park Ave, and I am so glad to see finally that they're doing something with that lot. If you saw the house and the way it sits on the property and the disrepair it was in, and they had a fire, and that's one of the reasons this came about, it's going to be a big improvement for the neighborhood. So I was glad to see that pass. And that's it. All right, next on the agenda is public comment. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized and come to the microphone and provide your name and address for the record. And I see Frank walking up.
Frank Spizzeri, 35 West Franklin Avenue. I just have a question, and I have nothing against doing resolutions, but with Dave not voting on 63...
62.
62, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you only had 2 votes. Does that still count?
It does. A good question, and we thought of that ahead of time, too, what was going to happen with that. Yeah, it's the majority of those present. So we had 3 people present, the majority of those present is 2 for a resolution.
Okay, because normally you have 5 people that vote, and
That's
you only
right.
had 2, so...
That's right.
You know...
Yep.
Okay.
And the subject was the benefit of prior conversation with
Yes.
authorization from the total council.
Okay.
That was a great question.
It was a
It is a very good question.
Hey,
Frank,
you're watching us. You're watching us. It's good.
anytime.
Okay, next on the agenda is minutes for approval. We have the January 25th, 2022 minutes. Are there any comments on the minutes?
Nope.
Is there a motion to approve the
I'll
minutes?
make a motion to approve the minutes from January 25th, 2022.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next on the agenda is a closed session discussion. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2022-64, authorizing the Township Council to meet in executive session to
I'll make that
discuss
motion.
contract negotiations with Teamsters, local union? Okay. Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? At this time, the public portion of the meeting is recessed for the closed session.